Welcome back to Operation Anti-Indoctrination. We're on episode 100 and something. I have no idea. I'm your host, JV.
And I'm producer, Brooke.
And we got a super duper fun episode for you today. It's going to be super awesome. You're going to love it. So, today we're going to be talking about health. Mostly mental health, but, other stuff too. Physical health, all the stuff, all the things. And it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun, Mostly, we're not going to go super in-depth data because no one really likes listening to that. So we're just going to be kind of talking about it and kind of giving you the perspective of students on it because it's not a good one.
Yeah, specifically how schools impact your health.
Oh, did I not say it?
You did not say that.
I did not say it. Okay. Schools, yes. The school system impacts your health. The school system does indeed impact your health, and not necessarily in a good way. So, we've kind of beaten this topic to death a little bit, but school lunches. One more time, school lunches. They're bad. They're really, really bad. Everyone just kind of assumes, there may not be... You're not having, gourmet baked food, but you'll be getting your nutrition, you'll be getting your food. No. So nobody eats fruits and vegetables, really.
Not really, no. Especially all the fruits and vegetables they serve at the school lunches, they are just very ripe and not bad tasting. They taste great.
Oh yeah. The fruits are just wonderful, dude.
And this is coming from a person who eats salads and fruit a lot.
And I have one a week or something. So basically, you have 30 million kids per day. Not so much now, a little bit shut down here. But then, before too long here, it'll be right back up, possibly even more, just because of how many people have been put into poverty because of recent events in the last year. So you have 30 million kids per day having these cheap lunches with no nutrition, and if they get nutrition, they throw it away because it's terrible. And you have all these scandals, and it's just horrible. I mean, and it's sort of like it's sort of like a joke, no one really takes school. It's sort of just joke about it.
Yes. Dry broccoli with nothing on it.
Cardboard and plastic wrap for a pizza.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And they say you have to get a fruit or a vegetable with every meal.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Because the best way to make someone accept something is to force it on them.
Yes, that is how the human brain works. It is very amazing.
Yes. So, then we have the fact that, and this is so obviously true if you go to school, that almost everyone hates it. So there was a survey done of 21,000 high school students by Yale, which found that 75% of students reported negative feelings in school. But not just, bad, sucky, dumb. All true. But tired, stressed, and bored, which I think is actually far more significant because that's not a reflection on, I don't like it. That's a reflection on, this is actually harming me.
Yes, this is what students should be feeling 7 hours a day. This is good for kids.
Yeah.
Said no one ever.
Well, and what you find actually is that the more rigorous you get with your schooling, like South Korea is probably the most rigorous country with their schooling, the higher your suicide rate is. And when we first introduced public schooling in America, the suicide rate went way up. So this is more than just superficial. I don't want to do my work. It's more than that. I am depressed. I am potentially suicidal because I hate this so much.
How does no one acknowledge this? I know a lot of people acknowledge that you don't really learn anything in school that's useful. You're not going to go to an interview and the question's going to ask you what year was Shakespeare born. But this is overlooked a lot. Just the extreme mental health impact that school has on you. Negative mental health impact that school has on you. That leads to suicide and depression.
I mean, the 75% of students are saying very loudly, we're not just saying, we're not being quiet about it, you just aren't listening. We're saying quite loudly that we really extremely dislike this school system. We are stressed, we are tired, and bored, frankly. We're wasting away for 7 hours a day. And no one listens. Even though it's very commonsensical when you actually start thinking about it, no one listens. It's just not, it just doesn't happen. Additionally, this is not talked about enough. Even on this show, I don't think we've even talked about this, actually.
We have.
Okay, we have talked about this, but not much. So, basically, schools scientifically start too early. You don't get enough sleep most of the time. If you're in high school, you're getting 6 or 7 hours of sleep per day. Sometimes even less. I mean, sometimes I'm talking to friends or classmates, and I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Yeah, I slept from like 2 to 5, 2 to 7, something like that, and that is not good for you. Believe me, I joke about sleep. I joke about sleep all the time, but you have to acknowledge it's not good for you. It's not good to not be getting enough sleep, and that is the overwhelming problem. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see on the screen all these really bad health effects and, frankly, health risks. You're just less likely to have a productive, fulfilling day/life, and that is because when you're an adolescent, 93% of high schools and 83% of middle schools start before 8:30 a.m. So you have to get up really early. By the way, just so you know, the schools we go to are both in those. The high school and the middle schools we went to, high schools we go, you get it. They're all in that. So this is not, this is very common.
I mean, if you didn't already know, if you haven't, seen any kids in the last in the last year.
Yeah.
Or talked to any kids in the last year.
So, it's very bad, and really, the only reason that high schools haven't switched is basically, it's just too much work. We can't change it. We have to keep it the way it is because that's how it's been for a century. So why would we change it? And
I mean, that's the same as us getting summers off for farming, but they don't change that either. But I'm not complaining.
Gotta work to wheat. Yeah, it's just archaic, and I mean this has always been a problem, but it's getting worse now with the phones and all, with the phones, blah blah blah. We just don't get enough sleep, and I don't get enough sleep. I don't know about you. Maybe you do.
I may actually.
I don't get enough sleep. I just don't. Like, I haven't really for.
I'm the responsible one.
I haven't gotten enough sleep for a minute. We'll just say a minute. This is not new for me. So.
If you go into the next thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about a little bit of something called anxiety, specifically when it relates to really important tests. Now, this infuriates me a lot, in that these tests, nearing the end of high school, determine a lot. How does knowing specific things about a topic or history, science, very advanced math, how does that determine who you are? Determine what you can do later in life? It doesn't. It's dumb. I hate it.
Yeah, it is. It's extremely dumb. And it's even you go to like East Asia, even worse. But here, yeah, you're basically plotting your whole life based off how many facts can you cram into your head when you're 18 years old. Sorry, but that's not how this is supposed to work. That's not right. I mean, this is not hard to understand, but for some reason, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, according to them, tests determine who you'll be later in life.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of person you'll be.
And then you have health class. And what I have on screen right now is not the only thing we're going to talk about. But health class basically sucks. Nobody takes it seriously, first of all. If you actually, talk to kids, blah, blah, blah. Nobody takes health class seriously. It's kind of... It's a crappy class. None of the teachers I've had have been very good. I don't know if that's normal or anything. But you also get taught phony science because, well, there's several reasons, but basically one of the main things is, well, if you eat meat, then the world's gonna end in 10 years. You know, we have this whole apocalypse thing, but also it's just bad science, bad old archaic food pyramid science as well. So you're being told that carbs are all you need, no fats, but only carbs. Basically, is how it goes. It's the narrative. I was told to basically eat anything with carbs. So, phony data, completely phony.
Oh God, health class. Can I say a funny story about health class, or just my experience with health class?
Go ahead.
My God, had the worst teacher. The worst part was everyone else liked her. She sucked. We had to like glue stuff into our notebook. Glue is terrible. I don't like glue.
Yes.
It was the most boring class ever. Here's a funny story. There was one day, we were in the morning, I had to take like a big test, and then everyone was tired after that. And then I had to go to health class. And it was possible that I forgot my backpack leaving school, because I was so done. Health class, this is probably just my experiences with a terrible health class teacher, but, you know, the content also was not that interesting.
Yeah, no one takes it seriously. I don't know. I don't think that their whole anti-drug stuff really does anything. I think we all just kind of tune it out for the most part. Now, that's not to say I'm pro-drug. I'm not. But I think most people just tune it out. And then you have the sex ed stuff, which can get very, very graphic in a lot of cases. You really should know what's going on if you're a parent. And in certain cases, it's bad. But anyway, I think that's about it. I think we're good here. So, if you did like this video, please do like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and share it with a friend, share it with people, preferably not with your dog. Although you can share with your dog if you want. So, yeah, check out
that's our target audience, actually. Target audience is dogs.
Yes.
That's who we're gonna recruit to.
Yeah.
Revolt against the school system.
So, you can check out the description. And until next time, I've been your host, JB.
And I'm producer Brooke.
Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.